Hi there, this is Dr. Truong. I wanted to have a discussion with you regarding motor vehicle accidents. Well, motor vehicle accidents happen to a lot of us. I've been in a car accident when I was younger. I know a lot of my patients actually come to this office have experienced some form of experience with car accidents. And car accidents a lot of times can be very deceptive. Initially, you don't really feel much. I mean, you feel shock, obviously, muscles tense up, the neck feels tense, your back feels tense. But a lot of times, we shrug it off and it doesn't really affect us much. But what most people don't realize is that car accidents, that's the real symptoms, the real conditions that develop, usually take about 3 to 4 years to develop. And what are some of these conditions that may show up? Well, there could be digestive problems. You might notice that you're more constipated. You're not as regular. You might notice that you get headaches that don't go away. They're chronic headaches, or you get neck pain that doesn't seem to go away even after a few weeks, right? Or back pain that just seems to be chronic, and it shows up and it goes away. It shows up and goes away, and it goes on like that perpetually. And that's something that that can actually easily be avoided if you really took the preventive measures early on in your, during this whole process. And one of the things that I would recommend and highly recommend is after a car accident, especially if you've been in a car accident where your neck has been goes through this process where the neck does a whiplash, where the neck moves back and forth really abruptly. That can cause ligament damage. It can cause shifting of bones out of alignment in the upper neck area that can cause limitation of how the brain connects with your body. So that could lead to a potential disconnect, and it potentially can also cause your health to deteriorate over time. That's why it takes about 3 to 4 years for your body to reach a particular point where you start showing symptoms or conditions that don't go away. And so when you have a misalignment, it's really important that you come in to get checked right away, as soon as possible. Every day is a day where your body starts going into this momentum of developing a degeneration of the spine, degeneration of the nervous system. So ideally, it's important to get checked early on. And what can Upper Cervical Chiropractic do for motor vehicle accident cases or injuries? Well, importantly is we want to make sure we line up the bone along the cervical spine as soon as possible to allow brain to body communication as soon as possible, so that the body is able to heal as fast as possible and also heal properly as possible, so that we can prevent any further injuries or damage to the body along the way. And mind you, when your neck is out of alignment, your body's also out of alignment, right? So your hips, your shoulders, everything's out of balance. Muscles pull more on one side, and what happens is your joints actually get affected. Your joints in your hips, your neck, your upper back, your knees, the lower back, all those are out of balance, and that causes further degeneration of those areas, and that leads to those pain symptoms that I mentioned earlier. So in order to prevent this from progressing, ideally you want to make sure that this is lined up. Houston control resides up here. Your brainstem controls and regulates everything below from the neck down. So it's very important that you get checked right away after a serious motor vehicle accident to prevent any future injuries or damage to the spine and the whole entire joints of your body, so that you don't experience all these conditions that can be lifelong and chronic, which is not preferable. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.